Hi everybody, today I'm going to talk about my eBay finds page. So I had alluded to this a couple of weeks ago in my update video. If you didn't watch that whole thing, it is kind of towards the end. People who have been subscribed to my newsletter, my mailing list, have known about the eBay page for probably about 6 months now because I was kind of running it in beta at the time. But the truth is I have personally been purchasing corsets from eBay for about 13 years now, and of course you do need to be careful about knockoffs out there, but you can find some really amazing things for on average about 50% off, but I have seen as much as 90% off. For instance, what I'm wearing here is a Tomto Berlin overbust in genuine silk. This was made in Germany, and normally it's about $500. I got it for $50. Because the person who took the photos of this, it kind of looked like just one of your generic Corset Story overbust corsets with like red polyester, and that was the end of it. But I used this very same corset as a case study on Patreon. So in this case study, I go through what my search terms are when I'm searching for things on eBay, what I'm looking for in terms of the description, the photos, how I can tell whether something is genuine, like this Tomto corset, or if it is a knockoff, for instance, from an off-the-rack company. So I put up that tutorial on Patreon for people who want to search for things themselves. But of course, the eBay page on my website is free for anybody to see, everybody to check out. You don't have to be a patron. But if you do know what to look for, you can find some amazing things. So just as a short list of some examples of corsets that I have purchased off of eBay and have reviewed in the past, the first one that comes to mind is Gallery Serpentine. That is an Australian company, and I would not have been able to afford the shipping rates to Canada. But fortunately, I was able to find something secondhand around half price, and they were in the US, so shipping to Canada was much less expensive for me. It was more affordable, and if it were not for that, I would never have reviewed that company in the past. Another example is Michant. Now they are a company in, I think, North Carolina, so they're in the US, but I found one of their corsets for 50% off, and the seller was actually in Canada. So the previous owner was able to ship it to me for like $10 because they were also in the Toronto area. So not only did I save on the price itself, but I also saved on the import fees. Another example is this one-of-a-kind Batty Cincher by Isabella Corsetry. So the Batty Cincher you can find in their made-to-order section or in their custom section, and this was a one-of-a-kind fabric that was actually designed by the first owner. And when she was finished with it, it was well loved and everything, she decided to put up a bunch of them on eBay, and I was one of the recipients of those. So I finally got to review a corset from Isabella Corsetry that was not just in their immediate line. Other brands include what Katie did. I think they called it their B quality, and they just had this like discount outlet on eBay. I'm talking about 10 years ago. Other examples are Dark Garden, like this silver silk overbust. And for the most part, I use the same techniques on Facebook buy-sell trade groups, and more recently their Facebook marketplace to find good quality corsets at good discounts as well. So this includes Morgana Femme Couture, the gold one with the black lace overlay, Snow Black, the little cincher with the ribbon embroidery over it, C&S Constructions corsets. Of course, C&S, I believe they are now a defunct company, but they were huge about 20 years ago, and I feel like I own a little piece of history because I was able to find these corsets at a good price, and they can't be made anymore. KMK Designs, Scoundrels Keep, the Puymont Pearl overbust. Actually, I think I purchased that on LiveJournal, if you can believe it or not. This was like a decade ago, but basically, like, the techniques can be used again and again. They never go old. As long as you know what to look for, you know how to protect yourself against scammers, etc. And so I have made another video a couple of years ago on the one time that I let my guard down. I saw the red flags and I ignored it, and I ended up getting scammed. And so I made a whole video showing you all the steps that I did wrong and how you can avoid the same scenario, what you can do to avoid getting scammed in the same situation. I have another video as well that's basically the frequently asked questions when it comes to buying and selling corsets secondhand. Now, if you are the type of person who believes that corsets are personal items, they're intimate items, they should not be bought or sold gently used, that is entirely your prerogative. But for people like myself, where 99% of the time it's being worn over clothing, and I don't consider it a personal item, it's basically the same as a jacket or an overshirt, then I don't personally get grossed out or squeaked by purchasing corsets secondhand, and in turn giving other people a good deal by selling off parts of my collection at a good price as well. So if you have any questions about purchasing secondhand, I have a video which I'll link up in the cards and down in the description below. And if you have a sizable collection and you're looking to offload your own corsets, I also have a video on how to pack and ship your corsets. I mean, I have over 700 videos at this point. Like, I have almost something for every topic. So I'll link all of those videos, how to avoid getting scammed, buying and selling secondhand corsets, and how to pack and ship your second and gently used corsets in the description below and up in the cards. So my camera is angry at me, so I'm going to wrap up this video. But basically, the whole reason why and how this eBay page came about was that for years, every few months, I would go, I call it spelunking through the eBay, like, you know, searching through caves at the depths to find these gems of corsets. And if I was going to already spend an hour doing this, of course I would come across other corsets that they might be a brand or a style that I've already tried in the past. I'm not interested in owning another, or they might not be in my size, or they might not be to my taste, but it might be a good deal for somebody else. And for many people who are on a budget, sometimes I find corsets for like $35 where they would normally be $100, because many people are just looking to offload their collections as quickly as possible, or they were inherited, or they were gifts that they never wore a single time because they were just not interested in corsets to begin with, and they weren't aware of the corset's actual value. So these situations exist. And so if I was going to spend the time looking anyways, then I shouldn't be selfish about it and only look for deals for myself. So that's why I decided to just throw things up on the eBay page. And let me tell you, it's not the most polished page. I don't put a lot of effort into formatting. I just try to do it as quickly as possible. The really nice thing about eBay is that they also have an affiliate program. Now, granted, I'm earning like maybe 3%, actually in some areas like 1%. So if somebody buys a corset for $50, I'm getting 50 cents for that. But a little bit is better than nothing, and it makes my time a little bit more worthwhile. It actually comes out of eBay's platform fees, which they are going to charge whether affiliates exist or not. So I'm actually just taking from the platform itself as opposed to the seller, and it doesn't increase the price or increase the fees for anybody. So just getting that out there, 100% transparent, but now you all know. And so if there is still interest and it ends up being you know, worth my time, then I will absolutely consider doing it. But if by the time, you know, this summer rolls around, another 6 months or so, and the eBay pickings are pretty slim, or people are just no longer interested in it, then no problem, I'll pull down the page and this video will self-destruct. So that's where I'll end it. Again, I will put a link up in the cards and down in the description below. Let me know if you have any questions in a comment down below, and I will see you all next week for another video.